We are describing lesson 4 of civics, electoral politics. In the previous video, we discussed about the merits of elections. As you know, elections, that is a procedure in which candidates stand in the election, people go for their voting and elect their representatives. So, now we will discuss about the demerits of elections. As in the merits we discussed, if the candidates or representatives satisfy the voter, in the next election also they will get the chance to win the elections. But what are the demerits of elections? In the elections, generally candidates and parties, they put allegations on each other. And due to this, the good people, they never want to enter in the elections. So in the elections, there is feeling of, we can say, unsafeness among the people. Now, what is our system of elections? After the merits and demerits, we will study about procedure of elections in India. As we know, in India, elections, they are held for Lok Sabha, they are held for Vidhan Sabha, even for our local government also, like municipal committee and corporation in the cities and village panchayat in rural area. So elections may be held for any type of government, but they are regularly held after 5 years. So after 5 years, the term of all the elected representatives comes to an end. But in our country, sometime by-elections are held. What are by-elections? By-elections means elections are held only for one constituency to fill the vacancy due to the death or resignation of a member. It means when any member die from any constituency or give resignation, then for a particular post elections are held again. Such elections are known as by elections. Now, first step of election procedure, that is constituency. What is constituency? Constituency means area divided for the purpose of election, that is known as constituency. And for the different type of elections, there is different type of system to make the constituencies. For example, when elections are held for the local government like municipal committee, municipal corporation or panchayat, then a particular city or town divided into wards. And when the elections are held for Vidhan Sabha or for our state government, then for example in Haryana, there are 90 seats for Vidhan Sabha. So whole Haryana will be divided into 90 constituencies. And for Lok Sabha election, in Lok Sabha there are 543 near about constituencies. So whole country divided into 543 constituencies for the purpose of election. So it means when any area is divided for the purpose of election, that is known as constituency, the voter who live in that area elect their representatives. So in India, for the different type of elections, we have different type of constituency formation. Second step, that is reserved constituencies. Reserved constituencies means some constituencies, they are reserved for the people who belong to scheduled caste or scheduled tribes. In Lok Sabha, 84 seats are reserved for scheduled caste and 47 for the scheduled tribe. In scheduled caste reserved constituency, only someone who belongs to the scheduled caste can stand for election. In the same way, in scheduled tribe constituency, the people belong to scheduled tribe only can stand in the election. And in many states, seats in panchayat, municipal committee or corporations also reserved for other backward classes and women candidate. It means only in our local government like municipal committee, corporation and panchayat, seats are reserved for OBCs and women. But in Lok Sabha, seats are reserved for SC and ST, not for OBC and women.